Hello and welcome. Hello, Emlu. I'm on my laptop, so I'm not so conversant with how to tag everybody on here, and I don't want to mess about too much, so I'll just wait for you to gather. And Candice, welcome. So happy to be here. The energy's been building today within this space here where I am, within my vessel. Welcome, Sharon. I have to remember to scroll down to get the comments, the full comments. Hang on a sec. Welcome, Dawn. Welcome, Moira. Oh, this is the welcome, Anne. Just wait while we gather. We've got 9 online. Just give everybody just a few moments. Not sure of the exact number I'm expecting on the live, but I won't leave it too long before we fully get going. Just a minute or so. Welcome, Madeleine. Hello. Oh, lots of hearts coming up. Brilliant. A stream of hearts. Thank you all for those. Welcome, Astara. And Sasha. So I hope you're all sitting comfortably with your space beautifully prepared, sacred and private. I won't launch into any sort of introduction until I've given us a little bit longer to gather. Got 11 now, apparently, and it's just a little bit of a lag with telling me who's joined. So bear with me if I don't acknowledge you as you hop on, because it takes a little while. And also, just so you know, with the comments, there is a bit of a lag. So you may well have typed something and sent it, and I may well not be reading it because it's just not landed yet on my side. So just to be aware. So our process really is all through me being here. I'm here visually, you can see me, you can hear me, you will be guided. There is a process that I've created that has a flow to it. There are points where you'll be journaling, there are points where you'll have your eyes closed in one way or another, either in the journey or in the processes, standing up, moving, shaking, letting your body move the way that it wants and needs to. And your communication to me, so I don't bring anyone on camera, just in case anybody was in any doubt about that. Ariana, welcome. So your communication, which doesn't have to be lots, but please do fully engage as best as you can, is through typing and through sending the messages. So what I always suggest, whether you're on the live or on the replay, do engage as much as you can. It makes it more like we're in a physical circle and we are sharing. So what you are sharing, it's very cathartic and helpful actually to get it out of your head into words, to vocalize it and to project it out there and have that received and met by a group. Obviously, your boundaries are totally your boundaries. So any sharing, in these groups, everything is confidential. What I will do, probably towards the end, as you start sharing some positive experiences, I will take snippets of those and just probably share them on social media as I invite more people to come and watch the replay. But they'll be anonymous. But please know that anything that is personal to you, that could identify you, is absolutely, absolutely confidential. And And your sharing, whilst I'm encouraging your sharing, of course, is only still things that you feel comfortable to share in this environment. A star is saying, no, we're expecting 1 hour. It's 3 hours. It's 3 hours, yeah. 7 until 10. Yeah, we've got a lot to get through. So if you don't have, that's just worth saying, actually, thank you for reminding me. If you don't have a good 3 hours aside where you can be in your sacred and private space, fully immersed, then I would suggest not staying on the live, but watching the replay. And then you can schedule that in when you do have that time. It is an immersion. It's a therapeutic shamanic immersion. It really is quite a journey. You know, it's not a workshop, so it's not something to dip in and out of and do a bit here and do a bit there. Ideally, it is something that you're here for the opening of the ceremony, as if we were in circle and ceremony in the physical, and the closing of the ceremony. So we open up to spirit, we close down to spirit. I'm quite particular about that. Obviously, I can't monitor it your side. And then the replay will be available for you to go back in. You can dip into different sections. Self-inquiry, for instance, is something that you might want to do more of. I put 20 minutes aside for that this evening. But, you know, once we've got the juices flowing on these topics, we could probably go on for a lot longer, for hours. So I do recommend coming back in and re-watching. Astara, thanks so much. I'll be back for the replay, so looking forward. Enjoy, everyone. Bless you. Thank you, sister. Okay, we've got 13 online. So Sharon will watch replays when you just got in. Good luck, everyone. Bless you. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm going to begin with an introduction. Some of you are very familiar already with my work, and some of you are probably familiar with what happens in womb healing or the rite of the womb, and some of you probably not so. So if I'm repeating things or telling you things you already know, forgive me, but this is, it's not just for this group, it's for people that will come in afterwards. Because as I said, transparently, I will be inviting people in to come in and watch the replay. So, this ceremony is dedicated to the light, is dedicated with the highest of intention for you to be held in love, for your deepest and most perfect, just right for you, womb healing. For your womb purification, clearing and cleansing. For your womb sovereignty. So it's about us all. And I say us all because I include myself in this, because it's a process with layers. So each time I re-engage, I also receive and deepen. It's a process for us all to become more autonomous in our womb energy, which means we're becoming more autonomous and more sovereign in our entire energy, because our womb energy, our womb portal, and our womb energetic boundaries and power and transmissions and emanations is affecting, as a woman, is affecting, of course, our whole energy throughout our being. So returning to sovereignty, meaning that we are returning to our full creativity, we're returning to a full and complete reconnection to the earth womb grid, to the true divine feminine primordial womb grid, the original womb grid. Unhooking from any other false light or false womb grids, and really unhooking from any forms, any ways that we've been subject to any form of energy slavery, where we've had our womb energy or our sexual or our creative energy harvested or siphoned off in any way, you know. So I'll leave you just to sit with that, because that will mean different things to different people. But this is what we're talking about when we're talking about womb healing and womb clearing and purification and sovereignty. This is what we're talking about. It's like really cleaning up the energetic dynamics of the womb space, and therefore the entire energetic space, how we show up energetically, our point of attraction, what we attract, how magnetic we are, and what we can create. So the simple, very simple phrase that's used in the shamanic blessing, the rite of the womb, the Mune Ki 13th rite of the womb, which you'll be hearing a lot, is that the womb is not a place to store fear and pain. The womb is to create and to birth new life. Now, that doesn't have to be literal birthing new life, doesn't have to mean having a baby. Birthing new life, we're birthing new life each day, each moment, birthing new life, new connections, new intimacy, new projects, new creativity, new art, new sensuality, new appreciation for all that is, for what's here, for the beauty and pristine perfection, for us to perceive and to enjoy and to have a sensuous, sensual, orgasmic connection with life. And I'll probably keep using that term to some degree or another. And I don't mean necessarily orgasmic as in sexual climax, although I do also mean that, but I don't mean it strictly in that singular sense. By orgasmic, I mean having a juicy, turned on, creative, sensuous, sensual connection to life itself. Yeah, this is us in our flow, really, really connected to the divine feminine creative forces and flow of the earth, the abundant flow. So yes, let's give ourselves permission. We've got a little bit of work to do perhaps, but let's give ourselves permission to live an orgasmic life, a life that turns us on, that we enjoy, that is filled with desire and passion, that does light us up and give us a twinkle in our eye and a spring in our step. Okay, so this is what we're here for, sisters. Briefly, I just want to say that when I received the rite of the womb myself, and I've nurtured the rite as well, which we do on each moon cycle. I'll send you information on that. Yeah, so we also, I would suggest, if you don't do it already, for the nurturing of the rite on your moon flow cycle, if you're still flowing, collecting moon blood and offering it to the earth. So I'll send all of that afterwards in follow-up. But I've been doing some deep work, triggered by the masculine back in June, some deep work on mother wounding and father wounding and my early life trauma and my ancestral lineages. And it was 48 hours after the rite of the womb and the clearing of my womb, because actually there's all sorts of energies we're hostessing unwittingly in our womb space, from current sexual partners to past sexual partners to our children, to our parents, to people we've had interactions with, maybe arguments with, maybe close bonds with. After clearing my womb space, one of the energies I cleared from my womb space was my father, who I hadn't been in contact with for 30 years. 48 hours later, he got into contact. So I was doing a lot of healing and ancestral healing for a good few weeks, if not months. So I can't qualify and quantify it was the rite of the womb exactly, but for me it feels highly significant, which is why I feel like a very enthusiastic and passionate ambassador for this work, because I've really seen when we're doing the work and we're doing it through these processes and ceremonies and doing it in the world, and we're doing it shamanic, we're doing it through realms, we're doing it with the assistance of spirit, things can really, really change to what we might call a miraculous level in the 3D, okay? So, I'd be open to the possibility of what you might call miracles, miraculous levels of healing and change in your physical body, in physical healing from any conditions. Miraculous, like for me, for my father to be in contact, felt miraculous because it came from nowhere, except it didn't. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, be open, sisters. So is there anything else I want to share? Yes, so just a little bit before we open the ceremony. So I associate the womb with the themes of our power, our personal power. The Taoist philosophy calls the womb the cauldron, like the cauldron of energy. So our personal power, our sexual power, creativity, life force, our expression, our voice, our song, obviously our sexuality and our sensuality, our artistry and art, our magnetism, our abundance, and that can also be financial and wealth. In fact, most definitely financial and wealth. Yeah, not also be, yes, definitely financial and wealth. And our joy, our joyfulness and our playfulness. So when we go into the self-inquiry, we're going to be looking at those areas. Give us 20 minutes to reflect on what we feel might have been blocking us in those areas. So I'm just going to sow that little seed now. So power, personal power, creativity, expression, voice, sexuality, sensuality, art, artistry, abundance, wealth, financial wealth, magnetism, joy, and playfulness. Okay, so I would invite you to close your eyes, and I'm going to open the ceremonial space to spirit. Very first thing that I'd like you to do is to breathe deep into your heart. Connect with the love, the divine love, the unconditional love in your heart, knowing that you can do that. Breathe that through your heart. And then I want you to just send that down into your womb. And from your womb or your womb space, connect down through your roots, through your perineum, and down through to the earth, to the layers of the earth beneath you, deep, 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 descending down with your connection to the deepest layers of the earth, all the way to your crystal core. And know that you are held, if not magnetized. You're connected, and you are secure and anchored to this earth. You are also connected and connecting now to the true fifth dimensional divine feminine womb grid of the earth, to the creative flow of the divine feminine, to the creative force of the divine feminine. Feel this connection deep into the earth and through your roots, and draw it back up like love and light from the earth. Know that the earth will be receiving, transmuting and transforming any unwanted energy and recycling it back into your energy field into the form of pure love and light. Bring that light and love back up through into your roots, into your womb space, and into your heart. And just breathing deeply into your heart once more. And I'd like you now to move through your upper chakras. Imagine, or actually physically reaching up to the heavens, to Father Universe, to Source, to Great Spirit, whatever words you want to use. Reaching up and opening up to the cosmic womb of all creation. And we'll just thank Great Spirit for filling us all with the highest, most pure divine light, blessing our journeys throughout this ceremony with light. And personally, Great Spirit, thank you for filling me with your highest divine light so that I may be here in this capacity as facilitator and conduit, as the most pure and the most powerful conduit to facilitate deep healing and powerful transformation into full divine feminine sovereignty that I can possibly be. I thank you, we thank you. Feel that love and connection from above and draw it down through your upper chakras and integrate that through your heart and through your womb, knowing that we've connected to Mother Earth, Father Universe, masculine and feminine, and just breathing through your heart and through your womb. Know that from this place, this integrated and connected and grounded space, we are now ready to open up to our spirit teams and guides. I'm going to begin by calling in, first of all, the directions. Calling in the powers of the East, the powers of the sun, the powers of the moon, the powers of the fire, the powers of light, and the powers of illumination. Thank you for being here with us, for shining a light into the shadows and crevices so that we can see what we need to see. We thank you. Calling in and thanking the spirit of the condor, showing us that we can spread our wings and that we can fly. Not only can we fly high, close to divinity. We thank you for your presence. Calling in the powers of the south, the powers of the waters and the powers of the plants, the powers of faith, trust, intuition, the inner child. Calling in and thanking the spirit of the serpents, helping us all and showing us we can shed old skins and we can re-emerge as the most vibrant and up-to-date versions of ourselves for these times. We thank you for your presence. Calling in the powers of the West, the powers of Mother Earth, the powers of the womb, the powers of the goddess and the powers of the feminine, the powers of the darkness and the void, the powers of dreaming and journeying deep, deep, deep within, and we will. Calling in and thanking the spirit of the jaguar, strong and stealth-like by our sides, loyal and helping us to eliminate from our energies with targeted force if needs be, all or anything which is no longer serving our soul's highest evolution in this lifetime. We thank you for your presence. Calling in the powers of the north, the powers of the air and the powers of the animals, the powers of our elders and the powers of our ancestors. And for this womb session, particularly our maternal lineage ancestors, we thank you for showing up. Our healing here is your healing and your healing is our healing. We thank you. Calling in the powers of discernment, clarity of mind and wisdom. And calling in and thanking the beautiful spirit of the hummingbird with a huge, huge heart, helping us and showing us that we can heal our hearts, open our hearts, live from our hearts, listen, speak and express our authentic truth with compassion and grace from our hearts. We thank you for your presence. And now, sisters, I'd like you to open up the space to your own individual and unique spirit teams and guides in any which way that you normally would, for your guidance, for your protection, so that you receive absolutely just the right and most perfect session, ceremony, healing for you in your uniqueness. And of course, you fully let go of anything that just isn't right or doesn't resonate. You're a sovereign being. Nothing is happening to you. I'm calling in and invoking the Christos Sophia energy to overlight this entire ceremony and to flow through me. Calling in the ancient mothers, calling in Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene, calling in Goddess Isis. Thank you in advance for honoring us within your temple of the white flame. Calling in the Christed beings and the Hathor energy to inhabit my being and flow through me, all to facilitate the deepest and most perfect healing in each and every sister, most powerful, most nurturing transformation for each individual's highest good, for the collective highest good, for the greater good of all. Calling in and thanking the green ray, the blue ray, pink cosmic flame of love, the golden flame and the violet flame. All beings and energies only of 100% pure light, This ceremony is dedicated to the light. These spaces which we inhabit in the physical are dedicated to the light and are protected throughout. And any usual forms or symbols of protection that you're used to using, just reconnect with those now. And know that I have already set up protection for each and every sister, whether on the live or the replay, in each and every physical space and location that you will be in. But in your sovereignty, always good to connect and to do this for yourself. We are safe. We are empowered. We are sovereign. And we are protected within our own energies. Let us all know that no unwanted energy can enter our energy fields. Yet we will be free to release all unwanted energy, anything that's ready or that needs to go, with ease, grace, and efficiency. So the ceremony is open. I'd like you to remain with your eyes closed. Welcome to any sisters who've been joining whilst that was happening. And I'd like you to remain with your eyes closed. So now breathing once more deeply into your heart space. I'd like you to place one, or ideally even both hands, over your heart, your high heart in the center of your chest as you breathe. And let this rising and falling of your hands just anchor you more deeply into your heart space. And as you fully drop down and descend into your heart, I'd like you to imagine that within your heart space there is a beautiful golden petaled lotus flower, and those petals are open or opening. And the opening of those petals represents the full opening of your heart. So you can invite any petals that have yet to unfurl just to fully and gently unfurl right now. Opening up, and it is safe to do so. When you're ready, you're invited to step right into the center of the flower. And here in the center of the flower, you're now going to be caressed by the golden flame of divine love, bathed in all 144 qualities of divine love, and just cleansed and cleared and purified of all or anything which is not love before we proceed any further on our journey together. From this place, I'd like you to notice that ahead of you there is a beautiful gold beating pearl. This is the pearl of your high heart, of our high heart. When you're ready, you can step out of the golden flame and off at the center of the lotus flower and shrink yourself down to rest deep inside this beautiful golden beating pearl. And we're each now safe within the pearls of our high hearts. And we'll notice here that we are bathed in the most magnificent bright white light. And this is the light of our own divinity and the light of the divine. And just notice any obvious or subtle effects within your physical or energetic body as you just soften into this white light and into the soothing beating of the pearl of your high heart. And it's from this place that we'll conduct and engage in and be a part of the rest of the ceremony until we move into any temple space, and then you'll be guided at that point. Our next stage is going to be a drum journey, and for the drum journey, I'd invite you to get comfortable on the floor in a horizontal position. So when you're ready, you can just flutter open your eyes as you rearrange yourself. You can be seated upright for a drum journey, but it's more conducive to the deeper brainwave frequencies if you're horizontal. Just as you're arranging yourselves, so just a little heads up, we're going to journey into the lower world. We don't really need to know what that is or what that is supposed to be. It's really all just about our imaginations. We will journey from the position that we're in the room, lying down, to a place in nature. And that place in nature can be a real place or an imaginary place that is conducive to descending down into the deeper layers of the earth. And you'll do it, you'll be journeyed down through layers and layers and layers, and eventually as you reach the lower world, it will sort of open out. So you won't be burrowing or in some sort of a little tunnel or a cave for the entire journey. You'll come out into a landscape, and that landscape may well look like something here in the earth realm. And your intention for the journey, so you're going to journey to the lower world with the intention to meet an animal spirit guide. And the animal spirit guide will be giving you some sort of healing or guidance or insight, something that you need to assist you with your womb healing. So your intention is to journey to the lower world to meet an animal spirit guide for healing or guidance or insight that will assist you with your unique womb healing. Okay, so this drum journey is going to be about 12 minutes. And for those of you not used to a drum journey, a minute or so before the end of the journey, I will change the drum beat, which you will notice. And at this point, I'll be calling you back home. At this point, you will give deepest thanks and gratitude to your guide or your guides, to your journey, and you'll retrace your journey right back to the place in nature, and then all the way back to where you are in your physical room. Okay, I hope that is clear. I'm about to get going. Enjoy your journey, sisters. Begin by breathing deeply into your heart space, giving yourself permission in your own way without getting attached to any particular ideas to journey deeply and to relax. Lots of love. Gratitude to your guides, calling you home now. All the way home. Here you are now. Here you are. Fully here. All the way home. I invite you to breathe deeply once more into your heart space. And to feel with each breath that breath reaches every single cell in your physical form. Feel that now in your physical body. And feel that each breath is just fueling every single cell with life force. Allowing you to feel very much here in your physical vessel, very much alive in the here and in the now, in your physicality. And as you readjust yourself and gently come into perhaps a different position, a seated position, I'd invite you now to just get your journal and your pen and to take these precious moments post-journey to journal anything that is helpful, significant, relevant from your journey in terms of assisting you with your womb healing. Or anything else you might feel you have received assistance with from that journey. Just take a few quiet moments to do that now. Welcome to anyone who has joined while that was happening. No need for you to type anything in sharing yet. Just use this time for your journal, and I will invite you to share something in the group shortly. This is just your time to reflect on that journey. Okay, hopefully that's been enough time. So we're going to continue with the theme of journaling with, actually, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to share now. So I'd invite you to share when you're ready, just typing in the little box, in the comments box. Firstly, what are you here for? So, what womb healing are you here for? If you were to describe that in your own unique way. What womb healing, what specific womb healing do you feel that you're here for? And secondly, you can just share a few words about anything you've experienced in your journey if you wish to. But primarily, what are you here for? What are you ready to heal in terms of your womb healing? As I said, there is a little delay usually in the comments landing my side, so just please bear with me if you feel like you've typed something and then I'm not saying anything about it. That's what it will be. Also, just whilst I'm waiting for these to come through, just to say, on rare occasions, the Facebook Lives might cut out. It has happened occasionally in the past. If that happens, if we lose each other, and that has happened, I will simply just start a fresh one. So just stay in the group and just look out for the latest one. Just worth saying, just in case. So I've got some shares here. If I can just scroll down. Candice, I've been very disconnected from my womb, so I'm looking to clear what is severing the link and to empower my feminine self. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And know that that is received and being met. I see you in your empowered feminine self, being your empowered feminine self. Madeleine, wow. Black Panther, don't be afraid of your power. Great Barn Owl, plant a tree, support tree sisters, be like a tree that transmutes CO2 into O2. Dolphin, remember to laugh and be playful to support your healing. Oh, beautiful. Emma McDonough, thank you, Lisa, and everyone. So I'm here to release the patterns that have kept me from full embodiment of my divinity. I hear you through my womb space. I feel wonderful. Thank you, sisters. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you for sharing. This is, as I said before, this is all designed to return us all to the primordial freedom of our womb spaces, to the divine blueprint of our womb space. M. Lou, to release past life trauma and to open myself to new life. I met White Stag. He takes me to a river and I lie in it as it flows through me, crown to root. The sunshine mixes with water and flows through me. The stag takes the moon in his antlers and places in my womb. Oh, how beautiful. Wow. The salmon appears and flows through me. My blood flows out and feeds the salmon and he turns red. I am baptized. Wow. I get out and lie on the grass. with Stag before I get on his back and ride away. Everything I need is in my womb. How amazing. What a beautiful journey. Thank you, Em, for sharing. Some hearts are coming up for that. Yeah, gorgeous. Wonderful. Madeleine, to release all the fear, pain, and trauma from my womb, to return that divine feminine, divine blueprint of freedom, power, and creativity. Absolutely. Yeah. It is done, Madeleine. It is done. You're so on the journey of this already. Any more? Just waiting for a few more shares if anyone has one. Yes, Madeleine, it is done. Aho, absolutely. Something else just popped up. Where is that? Moira, I'm seeking to shed the doubts that are holding back my work in the world as a writer. Also to release the pain of rejection. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity, Lisa. Oh, you're so welcome. And welcome Ella Carey, who's just joined. Just wait for a few more shares before we move on into our self-inquiry. Hello, Ella. Just replying to your hello. So any more shares as to, so Ella, we're just sharing what we're here for, what we're ready to heal in terms of our womb healing. And for those who've just on the drum journey, anything that is wanting to be shared in regards to the drum journey. Got 11 online, so I'm going to let a few more come through here. Kaya, I hope I've got your name right. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I'm here to heal the feeling of rejection and the feeling of being unwanted by my father before I was born. Oh, that's one of mine. Yes. Thank you, sister. Then falling into a pattern of getting into unhealthy relationships that didn't serve me and left me heartbroken. Yeah, I understand. I was accompanied by a black panther in my journey and an eagle, feeling protected from the above. Beautiful. Amazing. A couple of panthers out tonight then. And there'll be more. Any more shares? I think I'm going to prep us for the next stage because these shares might still come through and I can read them out as they come through. So we're going to move on to the self-inquiry. Now, what I sometimes do in these sessions is very specific, fixed questions. I'm not going to do that this time. What I'd like you to do in your journal is to write down these themes, what I call womb themes. I'm not saying these are definitive womb themes. These are just what I feel. And I mentioned them earlier for those of you who were in from the very beginning. So power. So this is connected to your personal power. So we're going to look at a theme of your personal power, your creativity, whatever that means for you, your expression, your use of your voice, speaking up, you might say, your sexuality and intimacy, your sensuality, your art, your abundance, including financial, your magnetism, your joy and your playfulness. And I just want to add on one more, desire and passion, because desire and passion doesn't have to be related to the sexuality, which was the category we've already covered. So just write those down and just get a feel for them, for the resonance of those headings, as it were, those words in your life. So there's quite a lot there. So it might well be that what comes forth is a sort of is a hybrid, catalyzed by having written them down and giving them some attention, or you might just focus in on 1 or 2 or 3. I don't know. But what I'd like you to do in the 20 minutes that we're going to put aside for this, and as I said at the start, you can come back to this and do it more thoroughly, is I'd like you to journal. And it doesn't have to be a big story in your journaling, you know, it can just be a few key words. Anything related to any of these categories where you have had issues or problems, perhaps people who've caused you issues or problems as well. Issues, problems, or key people. Some other good words to think of as you're going to come up with these answers is where you have felt a sense of loss or lack or blocked, where you felt restricted, overpowered, controlled, or even attacked or violated. So issues, problems, people, loss, lack, feeling blocked, feeling restricted, overpowered, controlled, or attacked. So as I said, they're not specific questions, but I think there is enough there for you to all go off and now to journal in your own unique way and just trust what comes up. Everybody will focus in on different things, of course, and have completely different experiences. So 20 minutes takes us to 8:20. And this is a good time. This is the most natural time to take a comfort break as well, if you need one, to top up your water or to make a cup of tea. I'm going to make a cup of tea because I've got a lot of talking to do, so I like to just have a little bit of liquid. Other than that, we'll just sit quietly. If you have any questions about that, just pop them in here. Welcome, Sarah Hicks. I think that you're not staying on, but hello anyway. And welcome, Janine Cull. So I will leave you with that, sisters. Just a little extra tip as you're writing. If you can label or identify emotions that you feel in any of this, then make a note of them. Make a note of how any of this has made you feel. So just the last couple of minutes on this now. I've been tuning in to you all whilst this has been happening. I've actually got the transmission ready, wanting to come through already. Okay, sisters. So if you could just finish writing whatever it is you're writing currently. And in a few moments, we will continue. Okay, so we're going to now continue with the official sort of opening, if you like, of the womb rites ceremony, the ceremony within ceremonies. Before we do that, just to prepare you, so in a minute I'll ask you to get into a position for a meditation. You might want to lie back down again for that, like you did for the journey. It's up to you, or you can stay seated, but you'll need to be comfortable. I mean, when I first did this, actually, because I move around a lot, and that's part of my releasing, is the moving. I was sort of squatting on the floor and moving around. So, you know, please feel free to move around as and when you need to. So just a little heads up. We're not doing it yet, but this is a little heads up. So we're going to do a womb purification and energy clearing meditation. It's a healing. There will be a transmission coming through as well in some form, even if I'm not up on my feet or making sounds. I will guide you from your heart down into your womb space. And the metaphor that we're going to use in the meditation for the womb is a room. So it's going to be a room that represents your womb. And first of all, it's just literally entering the room, having a look, getting a feel, sensing and feeling. What is this room like? What does it look like? What are the colours? What are the light? What's the shape? What's in there? Is it clean? Is it dirty? Etc. Next, it will be an opportunity for you to see, sense, or feel the beings that you have been hosting or hostessing unconsciously within your womb space without realizing. So this is ways that there have been cords of attachment, or the ways that you have had your energy, your womb and sexual energy harvested by others. And it happens to everybody, and we can continue to clear our wombs, you know, because it is a place that where we do harbor and store energies of others. Now, this doesn't serve us, it doesn't serve our sovereignty, it doesn't serve our energetic flow, and it also doesn't serve the other. Okay, so we do this with love, but we get a sense of who's there. As I said before, it can be current sexual partners, it can be past sexual partners, it can be children, it can be parents, it can be family members and siblings, people we work with, who knows, maybe people you recognize and some that you don't, you know, because in the womb clearing and healing with the rites of the womb, we're also looking at ancestral, and in the general setting of today's session, we're also looking at past life. Okay, so there might be beings in there that you don't recognize. You'll know, because you have the power, that if anyone wants to stick around, that you have the power to release them. And if you need any extra reinforcement from other realms, from your spirit team, or any magical 3D special effects, then they are within your resources. They are available to you. Yeah. After the clearing out of the physical beings, then it's time to clear that room like you would clear or clean a room in the 3D. So it can be mundane, like sweeping and mopping and brushing, or it can be space clearing and shamanic drums and chimes and song, crystals, sage, Palo Santo, whatever. But it's in a complete and thorough clearing of the entire energy of the room that was your womb. When that is done, it's time to completely reinvent and redesign your womb temple space to be the most sacred and pristine and pure, serving only love that it can possibly be, just how you want. It doesn't have to be a vast temple. It can be a treehouse. It can be whatever you want it to be. But the point is that you might completely relocate. It might not be in the same building or in the same place with different views, all sorts. Okay, so use your imagination. Okay, so that's the heads up. Hopefully that is clear. So now I would invite you to take your position that you want to be in for the meditation. Welcome Gina, who's just joined. And as you get settled in your position, just breathing into your heart. I'm opening this ceremony within ceremony. The Mune Key, 13th, Rite of the Womb, blessing, transmission and healing. To return each woman, each womb, each sister to her womb sovereignty, to her true primordial freedom, to the most sacred womb temple. So that each sister will be truly ready to create joyfully, to birth and breathe new life into and through her life, her body. This ceremony is dedicated to the light. Just before we begin, let's just reconnect with the heart, with the womb, and deep down into the earth, connecting to the divine feminine womb grid of the earth. Back up to the womb, heart, and up to source, to the cosmic womb of all creation. And drawing that down through upper chakras, into heart, into womb. Just remembering and reminding yourself of your protection. You are protected and safe. You are sovereign beings. So let us begin. So breathing, first of all, deep into your heart. Remember that you are in the golden beating pearl of your high heart. Get a sense once more this bright white light of your divinity, permeating through every single cell and fiber of your being, connecting you to divine love in all of its expressions. And it's from this place, from your heart and from love, that we're about to venture and descend down into our womb spaces for the healing, clearing, and purification and return to full sovereignty. From love and self-love and self-value. Breathing deep into your heart. And when you're ready, begin the descent down into your womb room, to the entrance of the room of your womb. As that opens out, seeing, sensing, and feeling. The room of your womb. The color, the shape, the size, the light. What's in here? Explore, be curious, intrigued. Seeing, sensing, and feeling. Now, when you're ready, but only when you are ready, you can begin to see, sense, and feel the beings that you have been unwittingly hosting or harboring within the energetic space of your womb. You can be curious. And these beings might appear to you en masse, or one by one, or slowly, or quickly. Just seeing, sensing, and feeling who is here in your womb room. And also noticing any situations or circumstances or places where the energetic imprints have been harbored within your womb. That might be birth experiences, miscarriage experiences, hysterectomy experiences, medical experiences. Or other experiences, situations, or places. In a moment when you're ready, but only when you are ready, it's going to be your time to clear out and to purify your womb room of all of these beings, or situations, or places. If you have small children and you want to retain them within your womb space, that is absolutely okay. But also, if you just want a few days of completely clearing and purifying before you invite them back in, that is also okay. But for now, as you're just all rejoining, continue your process Know that you are divinely assisted and held within this process to release and to let go and to purify and to cleanse and to clear the room of your womb of all of these beings that you've been hosting unconsciously within the energetic and physical and etheric space of your womb. And this is whether you have a physical womb or post-hysterectomy, a womb space. Still the same applies. So you are held in love for this process as you continue to release and to let go, to clear and to purify. Know that you can receive any divine or spirit guide assistance or magical 3D effects that you feel that you need. If there are any cords of attachment, any being a little bit slower to leave, then whatever it is that you need is totally available to you. You are assisted and supported in this process. You are all held and supported in this process, clearing and purifying. It is your time, it is our time to return to womb purification and sovereignty in doing this. Taking your time and being really thorough as you release and clear and let go. And it's all done with love, sisters. All done with love. Now, when you're ready, but only when you get the feeling that you're ready, it is time now, as I said, to really clear and cleanse and purify the absolute energy of your room. So this might be cleaning, physically, mopping, brushing, sweeping, hoovering. And it might be space clearing with sound or sage or palo santo or crystals. Whatever it is that you need and any divine assistance that you need. Just set about now applying yourself to thoroughly and completely clearing the entire energetic feeling of the room of your womb. Know that you can completely clear and cleanse. Return this energetic space to 100% light, dedicating this clearing process, this purifying process to the light. Know that you can do what you need to do. Taking your time, really clear and thorough as you do this now. Every corner, every crevice, low or high, completely cleared. Clearing out things, stuff, objects, furniture, whatever needs to go until this space is pristine. Now, sisters, when you're ready, but only when you feel ready, I'd like you to really joyfully apply yourself to absolutely redesigning and recreating through your imagination the most sacred womb temple space for yourself within your womb space, within your womb room. And this can be a completely different shape, size and location. Completely redesign, reimagine everything, from the shape and the lights and the views and the windows to the art and the fabric and the furnishings and the flowers and the crystals and the fragrances. Everything pristine, sacred and pure. Know that you are creating your own inner hub of your power, a place where you can return to create, to connect with your passions and desires, to feel abundant, even opulent and safe, and so held in this pristine, sacred womb temple space that you are now creating. Just right for you and just how you want. Just right for you. Just how you want. When you've had enough time to do this really beautifully and thoroughly and completely, sisters, just get a sense of how it feels now to rest in this space, your sacred womb temple space. And I'm going to ask you a question, and the answer will be the very first answer that you receive. If your womb had a name, what would it be? If your womb had a name, what would it be? As or if that name comes through, just allow the sound of the name to resonate through the fabric of your womb temple space. And how does the resonance and the frequency of this name add flavor and texture and richness to your connection to this space? I'd like you to imagine that you're connected to the floor, seated, your roots to the floor of this sacred temple space, this beautiful, pristine room. Breathing deeply into your heart within this womb room temple. And know that this space within you serves only pure love, sisters. The space within you serves only pure love. From this space and this energy of pure love, you will be able to create and to birth new life with joy, and that your sense of your own personal boundaries, personal, energetic, sexual, will feel uniquely yet powerfully transformed for you. And what I'd like you to do is to imagine just reaching down, so breathing into your heart, breathing deep into your womb, breathing all through your womb temple space. And now connecting down deep, deep into the earth, all the way down through the deepest layers of the earth to the beautiful, vibrant crystal core of Mother Earth. Know that you are so connected, that this channel is always open between your womb, and know that you are connecting to the primordial divine feminine true womb grid of the earth as you do this. And you are connecting, and always connected, from this earth womb into your own womb with the creative force of the divine feminine, with the constant creative flow of the divine feminine, the abundance. Feel the sense of deep, deep connection, and just draw what you need back up. Mother Earth, the divine feminine womb grid of the earth, is only too happy for you to receive from her into your own womb temple space. Then allow this just to really light up your sacred temple space within. And imagine that you can now light a flame within your womb temple space. And notice as you light this flame is lit up within you. What color is this flame within your womb? Producing this beautiful, warm glow of light all through your womb. Noticing the color. Getting a real sense through your sensations, seeing, sensing, or feeling. How does this feel now? How do you feel now? And when you're ready, but only when you're ready, I'd like you to begin your ascent back up into your heart, into the golden beating pearl of your high heart. Knowing that that channel connecting womb to heart and heart to womb is open. Heart to womb, womb to the divine feminine earth grid to womb, womb to heart, channel all open. And now from your heart, open the channel upwards through your upper chakras, reaching or imagining reaching upwards to Father Universe, to Great Spirit, to Source, to the cosmic womb of all creation. Feeling the sense of connection upwards, and just drawing this energy down through your upper chakras and integrating through your heart and through your womb, connected to Mother Earth and Father Universe, masculine and feminine, integrated and balanced within you through all energy channels. And resting now once more in the beating pearl of your high heart, bathed in the bright white light of your divinity, of our divinity. Maybe just feeling this beautiful, eternal beating and pulsing inside this pearl. As we are all infused and bathed with all 144 qualities of divine unconditional love. Enjoy this moment, this connection to yourself, to the terrestrial realms, to the celestial realms, to all aspects of your divine self, to our connection to each other, and to the divine, to the universal soul. And when you're ready, but only when you are ready, I would like you now to choose a place in nature real or imaginary, where you would like to receive the 13th rite of the womb. Somewhere where you can be barefoot and you can feel your feet planted to the earth, somewhere that feels sacred, just right for you. It might be somewhere that is enclosed in nature. It might be somewhere that is very open. Might be mountain, might be water. Wherever you choose, just take a few moments just to choose just the right and most perfect place for you, dear sister. And when you have landed in this place, really feel down into your feet. You could do all this through your imagination, or if you wish to stand up for this as well, of course, here in this moment, you can also do that. But feeling down into your feet and really, really feeling and seeing and sensing that here you are, you're in this place, and your feet are connected to this land, as you completely ready and open yourself to receive this ancient shamanic blessing. And what I'd like you now to imagine is I'm standing directly in front of you. So my toes are facing your toes. My womb is facing your womb space. My heart is facing your heart. And my eyes are looking deep into your eyes, sister. And it's an honor for me to facilitate your receiving of this ancient womb wisdom of the rite of the womb. So as I remain looking in your eyes, my arms are going to rise up into prayer above my head. And I'm going to open up my energy space, and my hands are now wide. My palms are up facing. And I'm connecting with the shamanic lineage. This ancient lineage of women who knew how to free themselves, and they freed themselves from pain and suffering. And I do that by repeating this. The womb is not a place to store fear and pain. The womb is to create and to birth new life. And as I do this, I'm looking deep into your eyes, sister. And I'm fully reconnecting with this ancient transmission, which is alive within me like an antennae. I'm receiving it and reactivating it once more through my own energy, this womb wisdom. My eyes remain looking into yours, and I'm now placing my hands over my own womb in a downward facing triangle, and my eyes are looking into your eyes. And I am now completely reactivating this womb wisdom transmission within my own womb. And I'm going to repeat again, this is how I do it. The womb is not a place to store fear and pain. The womb is to create and to birth new life. And my womb is physically expanding as I'm completely reactivating these codes of ancient womb wisdom within my own womb space now, sister. And I'm now being given the signal that I'm ready to transfer this over to your womb. So my left hand is remaining over my womb. My right hand is now reaching over to touch you over your womb space, sister. And we are readying ourselves for this exchange. At this point, give yourself full permission to receive the blessing. And I'm looking deep into your eyes. And as I begin to transmit, to send this transmission, the womb wisdom from my womb to your womb, but it will be, of course, retained within my own womb. Passing these codes, I repeat once more. The womb is not a place to store fear and pain. The womb is to create and to birth new life. Feel that connection of my hand, sister. Feel this transmission from my womb to yours. As this womb wisdom enters and is received by your womb, your physical, your womb space, your energetic and etheric womb. I'm being given the signal that that is complete. Now what I'm going to invite you to do is to connect with your womb space with your hands, and your hands facing in a downward pointing triangle. This is where you get to really fully activate and anchor in and embody this womb wisdom within your own womb space. And now what I'm going to do, sister, is place my two hands over your two hands. This time you're going to repeat after me as we fully activate this wisdom within your womb. Repeating after me, okay? And I'm looking deep, deep into your eyes, sister. The womb is not a place to store fear and pain. The womb is to create and to birth new life. Let's do that again. The womb is not a place to store fear and pain. The womb is to create and to birth new life. Repeating after me. I am ready to release all fear and pain. I'm ready to create and to birth new life. I am ready to release, to let go of all fear and pain. And I am ready to create and to birth new life. I'm getting the signal that that is complete. I'm now bowing down to the earth with my hands in prayer position at your feet, my forehead to my hands, blessing you and honoring you as the divine goddess that you are. And I'm now placing my hands over your feet and just really connecting you to this earth. You can remember your connection to the divine, feminine, true womb grid of the earth as I do this, knowing that you are fully and eternally connected. And now I'd like you to imagine that you can just roll your clothing back just to reveal your lower abdomen. And I'm now going to anoint your womb with rose oil and with spring water from Chalice Well in Glastonbury. And what I'll bring through as I anoint for each and every sister is a unique and different symbol, almost like womb art that will be created over your womb. Each and every sister receiving something unique. And I'm doing that now with the oil. You can smell that beautiful fragrance of the rose oil. And I'm doing it with the beautiful spring healing water from the Red Spring at Chalice Well, Glastonbury, which represents the blood flow, menstruation, releasing. That is done, sister. Find yourself in whichever position now feels comfortable. What we're going to do is to receive and speak out loud some decrees. If we were in a room together, we'd be repeating these after each other, but we're not, we're online. So I'm going to speak these really slowly, and you're going to say them to yourself, get a connection and a resonance with them within your own self, within your own inner voice, okay? So these are decrees to heal the divine feminine. These are sourced from one of my teachers, Eloise Bennett. We've got different decrees here. One is to release negativity from the womb. One is to release negative cords or attachments. One is to release any vows as a holy temple woman. One is to release collective karma. And one is to connect with the violet fire of the diamond violet fire of the womb. So I'm going to begin. Remember, you're saying these words to yourself. I'm going to say them slowly. I say these decrees on behalf of my genetic and ancestral lineage, my soul and monad group, and the collective consciousness. The decree to release negativity from the womb. In the name of Mother, Father, God, under grace, I now release, I now decree that all alien implants, negative entities, negative elementals, negative imprints, curses, black magic, negative clouds or thought forms, from this universe or any other, from this life or any other, be released now from all levels of my physical and etheric womb, for the highest good of all. So it is done, so be it. Let that resonate. And I'd like you to imagine now that through space and time, we all repeat that out loud 2 more times, and we're doing that now without actually having to do it. So it is done, so be it. Decree to release negativity, negative cords or attachments. In the name of Mother, Father, God, under grace, I now decree that all negative, false cords or attachments to any person, being, place, or situation be removed now from all levels of my physical and etheric womb. I reclaim my womb and my sexual energy, and I return it to its original primordial freedom. For the highest good of all. So it is done, so be it. Let that land and resonate. And imagine now, without us having to do it, that we're saying that 2 more times over. So it is done, so be it. Decree to release a vow as a holy temple woman. In the name of Mother, Father, God, under grace, I now decree to release all vows, contracts, or agreements that I have made to be a holy temple woman or prostitute, from this life or any other, this dimension or any other, through all time and space, for the highest good of all. So it is done, so be it. Let that land and resonate. And imagine now that we're saying that 2 more times over without us having to say it. So it is done, so be it. Decree to release collective karma. In the name of Mother, Father, God, under grace, I now release all collective karma, anger, pain, shame, guilt, limitation, projection, witch burning, persecution, that I may hold in my physical, emotional, mental, spiritual body or womb, related to Mary Magdalene, to the sacred divine feminine, or to the wise woman essence, for the highest good of all. So it is done, so be it. Let that land and let that resonate. And then let us imagine we're saying that 2 more times over together without having to say it. So it is done, so be it. Diamond violet fire for the womb. My womb is a being of diamond violet fire. My womb is the purity God, Goddess desires. My womb is a being of Christos and Sophia light. Feel your connection to those words, sisters. Our final decree is to release ourselves, a decree to disconnect from the false womb grid. Think of this as energies or powers or patriarchal forces that have systematically held us under subjugation or contracts or conditioning or programming and been harvesting our womb space as a feminine. Harvesting energy from our womb space. Okay, think of it as that, or simply as what we might call energy vampires. Okay, so this is about full energetic womb sovereignty. So once again, I say these decrees on behalf of my genetic and ancestral lineage, my soul and monad group, and the collective consciousness. In the name of Mother, Father, God, under grace, I now decree that my womb and sexual energy be totally disconnected, unplugged, and removed from the false womb grid. I now revoke any vows, contracts, or agreements to have my energy harvested. I no longer agree to participate in any systems of energy slavery. I reclaim my womb and my sexual energy, and I return it to its original primordial freedom for the highest good of all. So it is done, so be it. Allow that to resonate and to land. And imagine now that we're saying that over and out loud 2 times more without us having to say it. So it is done, so be it. Sisters, our final decree is to return to a full connection to the true womb grid. I decree in the name of Mother, Father, God under grace that I reconnect to the true womb grid and the creative flow of life. My womb and sexual energy only serve true love. I am empowered to radiate my divine feminine essence. The pure divine feminine and the Magdalene flame burns brightly within me, in total harmony with the pure divine masculine, with the Christ flame, for the highest good of all. So it is done, so be it. Let that land, let that infuse every single cell of your body and your womb. Let that light you up, sisters. And imagine now that we're saying it out loud 2 times more without us having to say it. We are indeed returned to a deep connection and a consistent connection to the true womb grid. So it is done, so be it, sisters. Wonderful. Okay, I'd like to invite you to a brief share as to where you're at so far, what that was like, anything to report, how you're feeling. As you gently just come back to the room, breathing deep into your heart, changing position if you need to, fluttering open your eyes. And when you're ready, but only when you're ready, taking your time. For those of you who want to share, and I would encourage you to share a little something, because we all receive more deeply through the connection and the sharing. Catherine is saying beautiful. Thank you. Good work. Anyone else wanting to share? Just while I'm waiting for these shares to come through, just a little heads up. I'm going to do some ceremonial work in the Temple of the White Flame of Isis now, after this, where we're going to be releasing really anything that needs to be released from the womb space, any remnants of anything. And this is where I come through with the transmission, with the sound, with the movements, with what I call the light language. And we'll be up on our feet for this, because I'll be encouraging you to move and you to make sound as well, you know, so you're really connecting with your own unique process for this. Really go for it, sisters. Madeleine is saying amazing and powerful. Emma is saying it was far more physical than I expected. I could feel things moving. Absolutely. I know, it's incredible, isn't it? Ella is saying, I feel more whole. Thank you for sharing, sisters. So what I was going to say, if you need a comfort break, I actually need a comfort break because one of the sometimes the ways that we release just after, obviously we've just done a deep ceremony there, is to need to wee, to urinate. So if you need to do that now, then let's get that done so that we can be fully present for the temple ceremony. I hope that's not too graphic there, talking about we, but you know, we've got to be practical. So Lou is saying, so very deep and powerful, lots coming up for me to process, but beautiful. Wonderful, Well, we're going to be able to do some clearing now. Madeleine, particularly releasing being a temple priestess, and Mary Magdalene, false womb grid. Amazing. Yes, powerful, powerful, powerful. As we really, really connect to the true womb grid and release and unhook from the false womb grid. Comfort break is good, yes. Moira, experiencing pain in my upper legs, feels very cleansing. Yeah, so it is normal. I just mentioned this now. It is normal from the womb rites. I mean, I would be saying this if we were in a one-to-one ceremony, and not a one-to-one, in a face-to-face ceremony. But this work, I've got used to working over Facebook Lives shamanically, and it's super, super powerful. So I will say exactly the same thing to you, sisters, as if we were in a room together. I'll treat it exactly the same as the womb rites, as if we were in a room together. It is normal after a womb rite ceremony to experience a bleed, even if you're no longer bleeding, if you're no longer menstruating. So that is normal, and it's like a cleansing, a purging. This is one of the ways that we can purge. And it is normal to experience perhaps a little bit of rumbling of cramps or pain. Not saying that you will, but it is normal if it happens. And it is also normal to experience emotion. So sit with yourself and just let it flow. And it is normal to perhaps feel a little bit like you would do with PMT. I don't like labels like PMT, but you know what I mean, just to keep it practical. So those things are all normal. They're not my predictions, but just in case that were to happen, it's completely normal. Candice is saying, I got very sleepy after releasing the false womb grid. Ah, how interesting. Okay, so you may have some more shares coming through. I'm going to take my own comfort break so that I'm fully, fully ready and present for what's going to happen next, because you'll see, well, you won't see because you're going to be in your own process. Something else I'm going to do for this is do a separate film of the transmission, so that I'll be able to share that in the group as a separate transmission. That's something that you might then easily, it'll be about 10 or 15 minutes, be able to just re-watch rather than go through the whole ceremony. And I will share part, or maybe all of that, externally out of the group as well, just so you know. So I'll be doing a separate film for that. Okay, I will see you back here when we've had our comfort break. Okay, just getting ready with the other camera. So I hope everybody's gathered back. Oh, some more shares here. Madeleine, I've been having PMT type stuff for the last 3 days. Yeah, doesn't surprise me. Yeah, intuitively just tuning in. Moira, me too. Emma, my house is full of spiders this evening. They're everywhere. Oh, and wow. Feel Free, coincidentally, was rejected by a man who had been taking from me halfway through, was upset at first and followed quickly by a wonderful feeling of freedom. Thank you, Lisa. Oh, bless you, Anne. Okay, so I'm just doing practical things here. Trying to get myself organized. So, just want to check something. Okay, so what I'd like you to do, I'm going to give you a choice. So when we're in the temple doing the work, you're going to be on your feet. So I'm going to guide us into the temple shortly. So you could actually get to your feet for that if you wish, or you can remain seated for that and then stand up. So just organize yourself, whatever you need. And just clear a little bit of space around yourself, because as I said before, give yourself permission to be as primal and as raw and as real as you want and as you need to be within the temple space. Okay, you are lovingly and safely held. I've set up the space, and we're going to be venturing into the amazing Temple of the White Flame of Isis. And we're actually going to work with the white flame. I've got a story about the white flame I won't tell now because I'm conscious of time, but which really, really made me understand the power of the flame and what could be achieved into a healing. Actually, it was an ocular migraine that I had, that I worked with in the temple with the white flame, and it was gone in seconds, literally completely clear. Okay, so that was a good, very, very clear signal to me of my own personal powerful connection with the white flame. So if you don't have that connection, consider that it comes through me. So give yourself permission to just move as much or as weirdly or as oddly as you want, to make sound, to release, to cry, to cough, to shout, to scream within reason, depending on your levels of privacy. If you feel you need to, you might not feel you need to do anything of that, but you might want to tone, you might have light language come through, you might want to sing, you might want to make all sorts of noises. Give yourself permission just to be as wild and primordial and primal and free. Trust your body wisdom that your body knows what to do. Because what we're about to do, setting the intention now that if any of us, if each and every one of us, there's always a little bit more to go, isn't there, has a layer of something that needs to be released from the womb or from our energy that is holding us back, that is keeping us small or subjugated or feeling in limitation or lack or suffering or pain in some way, then now is the time for us to release it and to let it go. I set everything up shamanically to the earth. Okay, so know that the earth is ready to receive, transmute and transform all unwanted energy and to recycle it back into your energy field into the form of love and pure light. So feel that connection to the earth and work with the white flame. And the white flame is for transmuting. So you can work with the flame however you want. Know that that flame can work within you and reach within you to clear and cleanse and purify and release any blocks, constrictions or resistances, whatever they are, whatever the nature, wherever they came from. This work, okay, is ancestral. Particularly maternal lineage ancestral, as many generations back as you need to go. The eggs that you were formed from were formed within the embryos of your mothers when she was in your grandmother's womb. Okay, so we've got a very, very strong physical and energetic connection to the maternal lineage, but also working on past life. So whatever needs to be worked on through the realms and dimensions and time streams is what we'll do, okay? Everyone is unique. Know and trust that you can take and receive and release what you need just right for you. So get into your position and close your eyes. And we'll begin by just breathing deep, deep, deep into the heart space. We're in the golden beating pearl of our high hearts. We are bathed in the bright white light of our divinity. And it's from this place, from love, that we do any ceremonial work of releasing and letting go. Our love for ourselves, for our loved ones, and for humanity, for the divine. When you're ready, you'll notice an ancient doorway. This is the doorway of the deep knowing, and it opens outwards outside of the pearl. When you're ready, you can step outside through that door, and you'll just step into your inner universe. Vast, vast, vast and awesome. Nebulas and stars and constellations and suns and moons. And just get a sense of really the boundlessness and the expansion as you connect to your true eternal nature, your cosmic star origins. And it's from here that you'll see, sense, or feel the magnificent ancient temple of Isis, the temple of the white flame. I don't know how that will look for you. But what you will notice, what you will all notice, is on the approach to the doorway behind which Isis is awaiting us are white columns, pillars. And we'll walk past those, and that doorway will open up, and there she is. She's waiting for us. She's expecting for us. She knows that we're here to clear and purify and cleanse our womb space even more fully and completely, and to return fully to our divine womb sovereignty, to our primordial freedom. She knows this, okay? Spend a few moments, maybe eye gazing or embracing, and know that you can be real and raw and honest with her, and let her know what you feel it is that you are here to release. Know that you are held, you are loved, you've been met and heard. And let Isis show you to the position of the white flame. And know that throughout the rest of this ceremony, you can work with the white flame. It might be that Isis has the flame and she's working with you. It might be that I have the flame and I'm working with you. It might be that you're in the flame and feeling that that flame is indeed reaching within you and transmuting just what needs transmuting, completely dissolving, releasing and changing form of any energy that is holding you back, that isn't serving you. If you're not already to your feet, I'd invite you now to get to your feet. Okay, and we're really just all now going to connect with this space, with the energy of this sacred temple, with this such strong, powerful force of the energy of the white flame. Know that this ceremony is dedicated to the light, for your deepest and most perfect healing, your most powerful and nurturing transformation, your most positive transformation, your most remarkable return to sovereignty, full reclamation of your divine feminine power for your highest good, for the greater good of all. And I'd like you to begin moving. You might want to start with a shaking, with an Osho shake, loosening up the energy, just shaking and releasing. And any movement that wants to come through can indeed come through. Working with the flame however you want, however you wish. Giving yourself full permission to deeply connect into your divine physical vessel, trusting the divine wisdom of your body and knowing that your body knows what to do and how to move and what sounds to make in order that you can release fully and completely any heaviness, any constriction, anything that is holding you back, anything from your womb space that needs to be released, you can release, you can release, you can release. And you can use this little mantra, I'm ready to release this, whatever is needed, from my energy and from my womb, in all ways, in all forms, on all levels, through all points of time, in time. I'm ready to release this, whatever is needed, from my womb space and from my energy, in all ways, in all forms, on all levels, and through all points in time and time streams and dimensions, past, present, and future. It is my time to let this go. It is our time to let this go. We are ready to return to sovereignty. We are ready to return our wombs to their divine blueprint, primordial freedom, to the sacred womb temple spaces that we deserve, that is our divine birthright. We are ready, moving and releasing and moving and releasing. And I'm just going to start to connect to the transmission and just allow it to come through. Sometimes I don't make a lot of sound. I might be doing a lot of movement, but you don't need to see that. This is your process for you to go within and work with the flame and work with Isis, work in the temple. You can do this. You are doing this. We are all doing this, sisters. Give yourself permission for this to be as deep and powerful as it can possibly be. Ay, 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 ay. That releasing, so powerful and so complete, sisters. Final few moments in the temple, you might want to shift your focus to really high vibrational, high energy movements, anything that will really call in and help you to embody and anchor high states of being, like love and joy and creativity, peace and abundance and empowerment. How does your body want to move now? What is your divine body wisdom showing you in terms of movements and sounds now? Opening up your space, claiming your space, standing tall if you're standing up, open shoulders, open arms. Yes, it's your birthright to take up space in this world. Feel the power in your womb space. Feel the power and the energy and the flame burning bright. Remember the name of your womb. Bring it all together and dance and move from your womb, from your power, from your sovereignty, knowing that you are fully autonomous within your energy. How do you feel now? How does your womb temple space feel now? What moves, what energies want to come through so that you can fully embody and anchor your power through your cells, through your nervous system, through your bones, through your organs, through your skin, through your fascia and your muscles and your blood. Yes. Fully in your power, in an embodied way, visceral, somatic, felt within your body, your power, your sacred divine power, returned to your full primordial freedom through your womb space and through your feminine energy. Standing here, moving here, owning your space, your body, your movements, your creativity, your beauty, in your full majestic sovereignty, knowing that you are worthy and deserving. You're empowered, courageous and creative. And you have the power to create and to attract what you want into your life. You have the power to create and to attract what you desire into your life. And you deserve to desire, and you deserve to feel passion. You deserve to live an orgasmic, juicy life. You deserve to feel turned on and lit up by this precious life in these precious physical temples. You have the power to create and to attract what you want and you desire into your life, into your health, into your heart, into your bank account. Yes, you have the power to create and to attract, and you deserve your desires to be met. You deserve your wants to be met. It is safe for you to desire, and you can trust that you do have the power to create and to attract what you desire. You can desire and you can call it in, and you are ready and you are worthy. Dearest beloved sister, we all are. Okay, sisters. Settling yourself into stillness or into a seated position, whichever feels right for you. So what I'd invite you to do just before we do anything else is just, well, firstly, just breathing deep into your heart. Oh, I've got some more shares here from before. Madeleine, I cleared out my back bedroom on Monday full of old stuff, wild and primordial. So yeah, I'd invite you just to share, you know, first of all, breathing into your heart, breathing into your body, and knowing that as you breathe into your heart, each breath literally fuels every single cell in your body with life force, with chi, with prana. Every single cell within your body, absolutely fueled, lit up and alive with life force right here and right now in your physical sacred body temple. Amazing, amazing work. Amazing work. So whilst that is fresh in your mind, I'd invite those of you who want to share, and I would encourage you to share a few words, just to share a few words about your experience. Type it in. And then after these shares, remember, we're still in the temple, still with beloved Isis, still with the white flame. This is fresh in our minds and hearts and wombs, just sharing a few words. So what this experience was like. Apologies if there's a bit of a delay in them coming through. Emma, I felt very connected and supported. I expected to be alone and I'm not. That's so lovely for me. Oh, how beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Madeleine, that was powerful. Now I feel like the most beautiful, luminous, juicy peach. Lol. Oh, amazing. Good for you. And you are. That's how I see you. Beautiful. Any more shares? Ooh, I am buzzing with energy after that. My goodness. Ooh, ooh. Just while I'm waiting for those to come through, the last group womb session that I did, I got a vibration deep in my buttocks and inner muscles, and I got that again tonight. Madeleine, thank you. Emma, I can't keep still, lol. Oh, well, you don't have to keep still if you don't want to. Lou, incredible release of trauma from the Inquisition that I'm in the process of releasing at the moment, feeling lighter and full of love. Wow, incredible. Great work. Well done. Just wait for a few more shares. And then Anushka, feel much lighter. Thank you. You're welcome. So we've got 9 online. Okay, so I trust that those shares might still come through. We're going to have another share in a minute anyway. So what I would like you to now do is to sit with your eyes closed, and I'm going to guide us out of the temple. So Let us really, really give deepest gratitude to this temple space, to beloved goddess Isis, to the white flame, knowing you can return here anytime to do your work, your clearing and releasing and healing work. Any time that you want, you can come back here. Deepest thanks to goddess Isis, and a bye-bye for now. Embracing just before that door opens, and then we're ready to leave through that door, walking past those white columns now in the opposite direction, heading back towards the golden beating pearl of the high heart. And we'll see that ancient doorway, that's the doorway of the deep knowing, opening it towards us, and then just stepping right back inside the beautiful pearl and feeling that door closing behind us. There's a sense of closure and finality to the journey, to the ceremony, to the releasing. And really just resting and integrating now for a few moments within the bright white light of the beating pearl of your high heart. Here we all are in our hearts. Oh, just integrating at a cellular and neurological, electrochemical, biochemical, DNA level, knowing that all of those codes have been activated, bringing us into our highest vibration, our highest oscillation available to us at this time. Really, really feel how this bright white light permeates through every single fiber of your being and allows you to really vibrate and oscillate at the absolute highest frequency available to you now. When you're ready, stepping outside of the pearl, and you'll see the golden petaled lotus flower with the open petals fully open. And when you're ready, stepping right back into the center. And as you do, once more caressed by the golden flames of divine love, this time really fully infused, so that you can actually really embody these 144 qualities of divine love. Qualities like love and peace and compassion and unity, force, leadership, authority, discernment, productivity, action, collaboration, mentorship, all the different sorts of qualities, what we might think of as masculine and feminine, all just balancing and weaving deeply within us. And just getting a sense that these flames are just sealing in all of the goodness and all of the beauty from your journey. And when you're ready, but only when you're ready, stepping out of the flames and off of the golden petaled lotus flower and just fully into the here and into the now, into the seat or the chair, wherever it is you are in your room. Really getting a sense now, just breathing deep into your heart, that you are fully here in the now, in this moment. I'm going to close the ceremonial space to spirit and then give us an opportunity for further sharing after the closing of the ceremony. Okay, so breathing deep into your heart, feeling the divine unconditional love in your heart, the warmth and expansion, sending that down into your womb space, down deep into the earth, connecting. Well, you're always connected, but just remembering your connection with the true womb grid of the earth, the divine feminine force and creative flow of the earth, always available to you. Feeling grounded and anchored and secure, thanking Mother Earth for keeping you grounded and anchored and secure, receiving, transmuting and transforming any unwanted energy, recycling it back into your energy, into the form of love and pure light. Bringing your awareness upwards now, bringing that up through your roots, into your womb, back into your heart. And now reaching, stretching upwards to the cosmic womb of all creation, to Great Spirit, to Source. Feeling the divine love from above. And feeling this connection traveling all the way down through your upper chakras and integrating through your heart and through your womb. Fully balanced through the masculine and through the feminine. Through the terrestrial and the celestial. Fully here, fully now in this moment. So thank you, as we close this space, close this ceremonial space, to the powers of the East and the spirit of the condor. Thank you for showing us that we can spread our wings, that we can fly and we can fly high, and we are ready. We thank you. Thank you to the powers of the South and to the serpent. Thank you for showing us and helping us. We could shed old skins. We can feel it, and we thank you. Thank you to the powers of the West and the Jaguar. Thank you for helping us to eliminate and let go fully of what was no longer serving us. We did, and we have, and we thank you. Thank you to the powers of the North and to the hummingbird, showing us we can heal our hearts and open our hearts and soften our hearts, and we have.